Montreal Canadiens lose 6-3 against the Pittsburgh Penguins last night. It looked like Evgeny Malkin was showing his veteran presence on the ice, while Lars Eller scored 2 goals against his former team. The Canadiens' defensive struggles still continue, but there were some power play possibilities and upsides, optimistics, if you will, that we have to talk about. I'm Conor Tomalty. Welcome to Game On Montreal once again. Had a bit of a break over the Thanksgiving holiday, but look at that. We're back again to talk about more Habs content. Going to remind everybody here that's watching, comment on this video, subscribe to our channel, and add the Game Over Network to your homepage for all the Montreal content that you can handle. We're going to get into the stories today, but right off the bat, we need to talk about the ad for today, and that's Hyperdrive Hockey. Hyperdrive Hockey is part of the Game Over Network, and it's hosted by Daphne Malbeuf and Maxime Van Hoot, two incredible hockey minds that have been working on the French side of the media industry, but now have transitioned into the English side and are lending their abilities, their knowledge, and a lot of really good content for the channel. Hyperdrive Hockey talks about everything to do with hockey, not just the NHL. They also talk about European hockey and the PWHL. Anything to do with this great game that we love in North America, they are talking about. So make sure that you can find them on anywhere that you find your podcast. So that's Apple Music, that's Spotify, that's YouTube, that's iHeartRadio, wherever. Just make sure that you subscribe and tune in because they have incredible content in store for you. So going to our talking points today, we have to talk about the fact that they lost 6-3 last night, and they are the Montreal Canadiens. It looked like Pittsburgh just, had a veteran presence all throughout the game, and all 5 of the goals, the only goal that was scored was the empty netter by Evgeny Malkin, making his 499th goal, by the way, for his career, were scored in a very high-scoring situation or high-scoring area on the ice. So for that reason, I'm not faulting Sam Montembeault, who has been incredible to start this season, but 5 goals against his record is going to tarnish that save percentage a little bit. The only thing is I don't really blame him because a lot of them were in high-scoring areas, like I've pointed out. So it shows again that the Habs defense is still having a little bit of struggles this season, as we saw last year as well. And, it's not as much as we talk about the offensive upside of Lane Hudson and Kaiden Guhle, who we're going to talk about in this video, there are still some aspects of the game that need to be addressed by the Canadiens. I know that there's been some talk as of late about, is Martin St. Louis' approach defensively and that strategy a bit too confusing for the players? Kaiden Guhle had something to say in The Athletic the other week by Arpon Basu, something along the lines of that he said that this situation isn't confusing, even though he wasn't prompted on that question. All this to consider is the fact that they gave up 5 goals up last night and also had that empty netter again by Malkin. So again, high scoring chances, and this defense needs to figure out a little bit, they just need to figure out a strategy going forward because they need to stop all these chances that are in the high scoring situations, high scoring areas on the ice. That's not the only thing to talk about with the Canadiens, though. Thankfully, there was some upside when it comes to scoring. Emil Heineman scored his 2nd goal on the season, 2nd goal of his career, looking like he is, again, impressing and turning enough heads in the right coaching staff from Montreal. Over the weekend, Alex Barré-Boulet was sent down to AHL, passing through waivers, and it looked like that was because they wanted to make space and make sure that Oliver Kapanen and Emil Heineman were going to stick around for the time being. And you can tell that Martin St. Louis is really liking how much they have contributed so far on the ice. But we should also talk about Kaiden Guhle. A lot of attention has gone towards Lane Hudson early on in the season, just because Lane Hudson, I think, has 4 assists already, so he's pretty much up there, not just on the team, but in the NHL at large when it comes to assist totals. But Kaiden Guhle has performed exceptionally well on 5-on-5. I was looking up his even strength stats, and he actually has 4 points on even strength, with his goal last night cementing that 4th one for the season. So he's been absolutely incredible for the Canadiens. And one of the best stats that you have to have as a defenseman is your plus-minus, and Kaiden Guhle's up there. He has a +6 at even strength on the ice. And I think just overall, when it comes to playing so far this season, so Kaiden Guhle has been exceptional, and he's, again, a player to watch. Hasn't had a lot of people talking about him, discussing him, but is slowly picking up just because Lane Hudson has grabbed a lot of attention right out the gate. We should also talk about the power play. The Habs did score another power play goal, making them 4 for 17 on the season. That was by Juraj Slafkovsky, who was getting a beautiful feed pass, sort of fake shot by Nick Suzuki for Slafkovsky to bury that one. So that's another really good aspect to see, is that the power play is slowly getting better, and that top line is knowing where to find each other on the ice. Nick Suzuki still hasn't potted in a goal this season, but his assist totals are there, so not too much to worry about so far. The next game for the Canadiens is going to be against the LA Kings, and that's going to take place on Thursday. The Kings lost last night 8-7 in OT, their second overtime loss this season, falling to a record of 1-3 so far. But they're going to have some tough competition against Toronto tomorrow, and then they're going to play the back-to-back going against the Canadiens, and that's again set for Thursday night. So hopefully the Canadiens can bounce back off of 2 days rest. They've played, I think, 4 matches in 6 days. The Canadiens haven't had a lot of time to sort of lick their wounds and get ready for the next game. Again, 4 games in 6 nights is a lot of work that you have to put in. So 2 days off before they handle the Kings on a back-to-back should be more advantageous for the Canadiens this time. But that's going to do it today for Game On Montreal. Again, I'm Conor Tomalty with all your daily news. We're going to be here again this week. We didn't have a show yesterday because it was Thanksgiving here in Canada, but you're going to see me Tuesday to Friday this week and Monday to Friday, weeks on and weeks out. Like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And please, please, please add Game Over Network to your homepage for all that Montreal hockey content that you can handle. I'm Conor Tomalty once again saying thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.